Hello, and well, good morning. Or, well, I have no idea what time you're watching this. But here it is morning, and I am having my morning coffee. Sorry. Actually, I was thinking about the politically correct madness of Europe, especially Sweden. That is a topic that needs to be addressed. I am probably not able to change this by my own, or of course I'm not able to change this by my own, but the topic still needs to be addressed. The word must get out. We need pressure on, well, Sweden and on political correctness everywhere. Let me give you a few examples. There is a Swedish writer named Katarina Janouch, or well, she is Czech Swedish. And she was interviewed by Czech TV about a week ago. She was asked about Sweden, and she answered what she thought about Swedish immigration policies. She answered about how rape has exploded in Sweden, and she told them how people feel insecure, and she got a shitstorm. Not only from the Swedish media, from the press, from Peter Wolodarski, the editor-in-chief of Dagens Nyheter, one of the biggest newspapers in Sweden, and from all the other mainstream media. Yeah, we know these guys. The entire Swedish media is like New York Times, or worse. It's just terrible. And now they asked the Swedish Prime Minister, who I think was in Davos or something, at some meeting, and he said that what she said was false. He didn't like this. Why on earth should the Swedish Prime Minister comment on this? Shouldn't he say that there is freedom of speech in Sweden, and I have no business commenting on what a Swedish writer, because she's a writer, if I forgot to mention that, says. That's her business. But, well, I forgot. Sorry, I forgot. There is not really freedom of speech in Sweden. There is in theory, but not in practice. About 2 years ago, I think, the Italian-Swedish writer Marcus Birro wrote an article in one of the biggest newspapers in Sweden. In this article, he wrote that Christians is the most persecuted religious group in the world, and most of the persecutors are Muslims. He had to fight to get it published. His editor called him and said, "We cannot publish this." And Marcus Birro asked him, "Why? Is it false?" And the editor said, "No, this is true, but we cannot publish this." But anyway, he did get it published. And it was one of the articles that was shared the most on social media in Sweden that year. And Marcus Birro was fired from the newspaper, and he didn't get any other writing jobs because, well, he said what you're not supposed to say in a PC culture. Some more examples. And yeah, I recently moved. I haven't unpacked everything yet. So, well, plus I'm not very good at tidying up. And I cannot afford a housekeeper. It is what it is. Anyway, in Karlskoga, a small Swedish town, a woman asked them to ask the library to if they would buy a book for the library, which is about Swedish immigration policies, written by two professors. One of them is named Arnstberg. Not Arnstad, that's another guy who is crazy, but Arnstberg. But they refused to do so, because they considered the book non-factual. Actually, I think the book is pretty factual. It's called Not Knecken or something. Let's see if I can figure it out. Yeah. Well, anyway, I will post a link after. And then she asked them if they wouldn't buy it for a library, if she could get a loan from another library, that they sent it there. You can do this kind of stuff in Sweden, probably in your country too. But no, they refused to. They wouldn't do that. I have also heard reports that similar things happen in other libraries in Sweden. It's not just this particular one. And Sweden, while Sweden might be the worst example, I used to say that Sweden is like an American college, except that things that only college professors believe in America, and some of the students, are believed in theory by everyone in Sweden, and the ones who don't believe have learned to keep silent. But Sweden, although Sweden may be the most extreme example, but it's not the only one. In Finland, you have the Tynkkynen case. He is a young Finnish politician, 27 or 28 years, I think, and he was recently sentenced for hate speech because he wrote on his Facebook page that he wanted Islam out of Finland, and he wanted to deport Muslim migrants. This is hate speech, they say. They say it's ethnic hatred. I am sorry. When did Islam become an ethnicity? Islam is a teaching, an ideology. Maybe a religion too, but it's also an ideology. It is not an ethnicity. I mean, if you say something bad about Christianity, and I am a Christian, I will probably not like it, but I will not call you a racist or a bigot. I might call you something else, like uninformed maybe, but I will not use the race card or any of that kind of stuff. And Norway, where I live now since almost 11 years. We have Merete Hodne, who cuts hair for a living. She has her own barber shop. And a girl in a hijab showed up and wanted to get her hair cut. But Merete Hodne refused. She said she didn't want any hijabs in her barber shop because she doesn't like what the hijab symbolizes. I agree with Merete Hodne. As you may know if you saw my last video, you know I agree with this. The hijab represents Islam. And if I have a business and I don't want those symbols in my store or my barbershop or whatever, it should be my right as a business owner to refuse these customers. Nothing strange about that. She was of course sentenced to a fine. These are just a few examples. I mean, political correctness is widespread all over Europe. You have cases in England, in the Netherlands. We could go on forever. There's no use in going through all the examples. I just give you a few, just to get us started. And the root of the problem is politically correct culture and human cowardice. We have to stand up for the freedom of speech. We have to support those. We have to support these people who speak their mind and who write things publicly on Facebook, on Twitter, in the newspapers, wherever they can, when they are attacked by the politically correct mob, by the cultural elites, if so. We have to support them. And yeah, we have to state that we agree with them, if we agree with them. Or at least we have to state we agree with their right to speak their mind, that the freedom of speech is one of the fundamental values of Western civilization. That's one of the things that makes the West the greatest civilization on earth in all of world history. And if we lose that, well, we really don't have anything. So that's what we need to do. We need to start there. And by the way, today is January the 19th, 2017, and tomorrow America will be great again. Have a nice day. This is a Swede Speaks. Goodbye.